fantasy football fans, and welcome to a late night of Getting Defensive. I'm happy to have Johnny the Greek with me of the IDP guys. How you doing tonight, John?
Hey, good man. Got the week off, so figured I'd drop in a few times. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. I've been looking forward to this evening. Get this whole you're on the clock, IDP clock thing going, and hoping to make this an informational way to get this kind of stuff out there by running through some scenarios. Not much else out here right now if you're not talking about Julius Jones, I guess.
Yeah, that's the news today. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Sam Lane, Stumpy, Big Bear, Pig, something on Twitter. He was going to join us tonight and do this, but he got caught up at work, so he wasn't able to make the time. And I'm an old man. I'm surprised I'm up this late. I should be getting ready for bed about now, man.
That's all right.
It's time to watch TV.
Yeah, we're going to try for next week, right?
Right. I hope so. Yeah, that would be great. That would be the first time that me, you, and him been on the same screen since 2018.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Well, that'd be pretty cool. But either way, so we're going to check this out tonight. But first, we was going to talk a little bit. We thought it might be interesting. Talk about a couple of leagues. I also want to mention Roxanne will be back in the morning. Mm-hmm. Hi, Roxanne. So, anyways, I don't know how to approach this, John. You would talk about, we want to talk about your opinion on a couple sites, I guess. I don't know how far we'll go in depth. So,
yeah.
Okay, let me ask you. I think I know the answer. What's your favorite league to play on or site to play on?
It depends what it is, right? So if it's like deep in the weeds dynasty, like, super flex, defensive tackles, corners, like everything, it's going to be MFL, right? Like they don't have the greatest, mobile capability, but, in terms of league customization and accuracy on ADP and just, true position, stuff like that, you can't beat MFL. They're the best. I play all my redraft on Yahoo. And I play my I don't know how to say this without pissing people off. My preschool IDP on Sleeper. That's where I play that. Yeah.
Speaking of Sleeper, they've been trying to make some upgrades. Have you checked any of them out?
Yeah.
For IDP is what we're talking about, folks.
Yeah, it looks like the redraft ADP looks decent. It still doesn't work in mocks. It still doesn't work great for Dynasty. They still only have DL. No inside outside linebackers. There's a lot of dual positions that don't make sense there. It's just it's good if you want to get started, right? If you want to dip your toes into the water, that's a good place to start, because it's not very complicated. But I've been doing this for 20 years. I want complicated, and that's not Sleeper. So
they didn't necessarily. It doesn't. I don't think that they actually got this off of a bunch of drafts kind of information. They just updated all this stuff by inserting some ADP on them. So it's not actually like it's ran through 1,000 or 100, even 10. So we don't, I was just curious. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. I mean, I help a lot of people. 90% of the people that I've helped over the last 5 years, and I'm sure with you, 90% of them are, they can't, it's harder for them to figure out on Sleeper. Because Sleeper was so shallow and had some, has its own little things. Now they've made these upgrades, and I haven't looked yet. I've thought about moving my ESPN leagues over for the tipster leagues to the Sleeper when I seen they was going to be making some changes. But so far the changes have been, now I'm hearing mixed reviews. So I'm going to check it out. But I like ESPN. I know it's old school and it's not as easy to use, but in drafting live, because we do live drafts.
Yeah.
And it just, but man, they got the edge player. They got everything I want. They got they've had the edge player for 4 years, 5 years, if not longer. They probably had it for longer than that. So I'm like you. I'm an MFL fan. I love that. That's my number one go-to, but it's kind of rough to do some redrafts on there. We got some dedicated people out there that's been playing the redrafts invitationals through Gridiron Ratings. Matter of fact, hey, we're looking for some people to get in one for Father's Day. So if you would check out my Twitter page or something, I'm sure you're going to see a post on there somewhere about, joining in on that. It starts at noon Eastern. It's cash prizes stuff. It's really cool. Check it out. It's a great Father's Day gift for yourself. Yeah. Right.
Nice.
All right. So, I mean, I know you like Yahoo. I'm not a fan of Yahoo, but I haven't played for a while. I haven't been on there for a while. Have they made any changes? Done anything?
No, just UI, user interface stuff.
Right.
But and they still have. Everyone has their issues. There is no perfect site. That's the thing, right?
They use Edge?
No, they do not. They do not.
Oh,
so
right.
it's no site has it perfect. No one has the monopoly. There's problems with everything. I just like Yahoo for redraft because you can get complicated with it. You can have your DTs and your corners and things like that. So I just started a Fantrax league. I've never tried them. So far so good. They do have the edge rush spot. They got corners, they got DTs. Their ADP looks solid. Like
really,
the draft has been smooth. Like so
I'm
far,
writing that down,
good.
man.
Yeah.
If I was on Twitter, I'd be putting a GIF in. Fantrax.
Yeah, Fantrax, and I use them for college for like a Debbie league, and it was great. So
see, I'm pretty sure that I played in at least one, probably 2017 or 18. Pretty sure they was around, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how long they've been around, but I remember playing one. I don't remember hating it. I don't know. I might have to check that out. Huh.
Yeah, and part of it too is like, okay, yeah, the drafts are important and navigating the site and having it work on a phone. All that's I can swear, right? Okay, yeah, all that shit's important, but also responsiveness on game day is important. That's another reason why I like Yahoo a lot. Something happens on TV, half a millisecond later, it updates right in front of you on Yahoo. And that's super important. I don't want to be waiting 10 minutes and being like,
shoot,
did this happen or not?
Yeah, right. That's quick. That'd be worth having that open just to run your other leagues on other sites.
Right. So I don't know. I mean, everyone's got work to do, but if I had to choose one, it's MFL though. Yeah.
What have you heard about Underdog? I've seen that.
I tried it. I actually tried it. So
what's that format?
So that's just like you remember Draft App did all the best ball stuff back in the day before they went under. It's the same site, just with new owners, and everything looks different. It's solid. It's good. If you like best balls, that's a good spot. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, probably no best ball, no IDP, right?
No IDP. But however, okay, so I knocked Sleeper a little bit. They do have best ball with IDP though, so that's cool. Like they
just IDP.
You could set it up just IDP if you wanted. Yeah,
but you could have full. Wow, I am interested in that.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
For money. Yeah, they do like $5 leagues.
So I don't believe it's like you can program money into the league, but the guy I'm doing them with has got League Safe going, and we throw in like $3 a league every time you want to join one, and that's how we're doing it.
This right here could be the future to IDP DFS.
Yes, that'd be nice. That would be nice.
Wouldn't it? Huh? Possibly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look into Underdog. Okay, there's another one. Now what I do? I dropped my pen.
Yeah, so, they're okay.
I'm gonna remember that one. Yeah. I see them all the time. Seeing them out there. I thought about looking into it and seeing. I'll tell you what. So we'll just go ahead and move on here. We've killed 11 minutes. That was it, John. 11 minutes.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I just I can't think of anything else to kill some more time because we get right to this game. We're going to run through it. No. Anything interesting IDP wise?
Yeah. All right. Let me think. Oh, the Telvin Smith news. He's not coming back. We'll spare you the details, but remember he got popped in Florida, arrested like a year or two ago. Well, the sentencing came down. We're not going to see him again. So it's for something we probably shouldn't talk about on the air, but he's not coming back. So That was, I know people that in Dynasty have held their Telvin Smith shares because they weren't sure if he was ever going to come back. He's not. You can get rid of them. They're gone.
Yeah. Damn. Let's see.
There was that. We're gonna do a show tomorrow morning and Thursday too, or Friday, right?
Wow. Jeremy Chin moving to safety permanently, technically, all the way. Yeah, I was asked that question: who we think was going to start there at linebacker? Then I think an interesting combination would be putting Riddick in there as one of those every down strong side linebackers. And then you got Thompson on the weak side.
Yep.
Something like Perriman in the middle, going to like 2 downs.
Yeah, and then is that Jermaine Carter dude still there? I don't even know.
Yeah, I know Justin Barnes, folks. Justin Barnes was high on him last year, and I was definitely paying attention but I'm not sure. I would say if he can beat out Perriman, he's got a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if they put Hussein Riddick in the strong side linebacker, because at first it was rumored he was going to be that weak side defensive end when they signed Riddick, but putting him at the strong side leaves Burns out there at the weak side, and then you get that second year Yada Hosa. I'm not really sure what's his name. Gatus.
Tomatoes. Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah.
I would need Roxanne or Sam here. Sam was on the show last time, dude. Remember how he used to crack up and have to pronounce shit for me? Yeah, it's not got any better. Roxanne just does it. Of course, you know that. And Sam was getting me last week. It was funny. All right, folks. So we're going to move on. We're going to start this game kind of informative or whatever. I don't know if it's a game or not. We're going to even see. We just hope to get some information out.
Yeah, we're testing.
This is a complete test. So here I want to start. John,
yes.
How many linebackers do you want to start in this league?
Typically, most of my leagues is 3 because we're trying to recreate like a real defense. So it'll be like 2 DE, 2 DT, 3 LB, 2 safeties, 2 corners.
All right.
So 3.
Well, you're needing to pick your second linebacker off the board.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to look at it. Folks, we're looking at my rankings. We'll use John sometime. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Is this a point of reference?
Yeah.
You can find him on my gridironratings.com page. Just IDP pull down a little bit, and there's my stuff. So you can check these out here. Whether you agree with them, I don't really care. I mean, we're not going to have this big discussion about it. Everybody's, rankings are an opinion when it boils down to it.
Yeah, and we don't know shit. It's June. It's June.
Right. We're
we
splitting
don't know
hairs.
Anything. Yeah.
Yes. These are the hairs split to be. So, okay. So these are the 3 players you can pick from.
Okay.
Isaiah Simmons, Miles Jack, or Okaloo.
Oh.
This is for your second starter.
I know. I love it. I'm going. Well, Simmons seems intriguing. I just don't know if I buy it yet. He had trouble last year beating out Campbell, right? And didn't they draft a linebacker in the draft too? Like I don't. I just don't buy it yet. Like dynasty wise, I'm sure he'll get there.
You're talking about the other tree trunk. No, who?
Yeah. So here's the thing. Depends what site it's on, because Olukun gets that dual designation in a couple of places, and that's so valuable, right? That's so valuable, like for bye weeks, for injuries, for whatever. Like that's
this is a balanced format, by the way, folks. We're talking about balanced format. We'll refer to something that's not if it's not balanced. So go ahead. Yeah. Right.
Okay. Yep. So I
was making sure. I forgot to bring that up.
I would say Olukun or Jack. Simmons is probably going to cost. It depends where you're at, right? Because people are either all the way in on Simmons or all the way out. So if he was available there, dynasty, sure, I'd probably take him. And then if it doesn't work out, it will eventually, and I'll just pick up some schmuck off the waiver wire week 3. But if I'm in win now mode, give me Miles Jack or Olukun, and I'm probably gonna go. If it's one of those sites with dual designation, I'm going Olukun. If it's not, I'm going Jack, because you've got a rookie quarterback, Urban Meyer at coach, a shitty team with no talent, basically. that's going to be on defense a lot. And we saw what Jack did last year when he played. Like he was having a monster season. Putting him back in that position, weak side, I think it was, right? With Schobert in the middle, was beautiful. He was so productive, so productive. So what do you think?
Do you think 15th on this list is about right?
Sure, yeah.
I was just curious.
That sounds
Anyways, that was a personal self-gratification or satisfaction. You know what I mean? Thanks.
Yeah. That makes
I just wondered because I mean, I said so if you didn't like it, but you know, that's what we do that, right? I gotta agree. I was surprised you said Jack. I'll tell you what. I just had this conversation with Jeff the other day when we was working on the draft guide, and you know, I think he asked me why I was that high on Jack, and I was like, I like him. I know he's missed a couple of games here and there, over the time, but when he produces, he was producing really well. And I mean, Oakland definitely has the advantage with the dual designation. So
yeah, sure, yeah.
At my second, I hate to sound crazy, but I might go Simmons. Tell you the truth. Standard size league. If it's a standard size, the only reason I would do that is because guys like me and you could probably figure out something down the road.
Right.
And I mean, Oakland, I love Oakland, man. I love Oakland. If this was a redraft, I think I'd go Jack. Like, same scenario with you. But if this was a dynasty, for whatever reason, I would definitely give Simmons a swing here if I could hold on to him for a couple of years, maybe. That's probably more how it plays out. Yeah, I can't quit Jack. I like Jack. I think him and Jalen Smith, they're both injured. And I like that whole. I've been fans of those guys since they entered the league, just waiting on them when they was hurt. Let's see.
I'm with you though, because Simmons is going to be a beast at some point, right? And it's like, in the meantime, whatever. Grab Tyrell Adams, grab Alex Singleton off the waiver wire, Joe Thomas. Who cares? Someone, a warm body. Stuff them in there until you're ready, until Simmons is ready. Yeah.
You got 3 for me?
Oh, sure. Okay. So you are picking your DE1.
Okay. I'll go 3.
Yeah.
Let me 3 starter. No, wait a minute. DE edge rushers?
Yeah, edge rushers. Let me give you your 3 because I'm gonna make it a little hard on you. Joey Bosa, Danielle Hunter, or Nick Bosa. So they all got some kind of question from injury.
Danielle Hunter. I'm a diehard. I'm a diehard, man. I'm a diehard. I think the swing for the fence would be worth it, even for 3/4 of the season. Because you do have questions about the other 2, so you got to pick the poison, right?
Right.
Who would you go with?
Man, that's tough. I mean, all 3 of them have been different levels of banged up recently, right? Like we didn't see Hunter at all last year. We saw Bosa for like a quarter of one game, and then he was gone. Right. And Joey, sure, we saw a couple games out of him. We saw a lot of games out of him, but he was beat to hell. He was playing like 13% of snaps some weeks. Like it was crazy. He was just so nicked up. So I would definitely go Hunter or Nick Bosa just for youth and upside. And then
people don't realize Hunter is only like what, 25, 26?
Yeah, he's still young.
Technically just hitting his prime, in my opinion.
Right. And I think I'm with you because when we get prime Hunter, oh my God, so good. So good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'd probably go there. Him or Nick Bosa would be my answer, and I'd probably go Hunter. I'd check first. I'd make sure I'd look at the latest news on whatever that was, his back or his neck, and then go from there. Yeah.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we can't get a full plethora of news at this point in time. So that's why we're playing this game or not or doing this, whatever this is called. Oh, it's called On the Clock, folks.
There we go. Yeah.
On the IDP clock. There we go. All right. Selfless promotion. All right. So, this time we're going to go You're only starting 2. You get 2 safeties.
Okay.
Instead, it was so. Just imagine it's on a roster that you'd start 2 QBs too.
Yep.
So not DBs. All right. Let's so. Got to scroll on down. I got them at the bottom of my rankings. Don't ask me why. I was like, throwing them on there. So we're gonna pick the second one.
You okay?
Standard size league. Figuring you probably already got your linebackers if you wanted them. I don't know. Let's try Anthony Harris. I hate that one. Yeah, I'll say it anyways. Anthony Harris, Philadelphia. Landon Collins, Mikael Fitzpatrick.
Oh boy. Okay.
Did I say his name right?
Yeah. Minka Fitzpatrick. I got you, Minka. Yeah. So Fitzpatrick, automatic no from me because I like scoring points every week, not just some weeks, and that's him. He'll either return one to the house and have a huge week for you, or do nothing. He was a little more consistent last year, but over the course of his career, that's what it's been, right? And there were a lot of anomalies last year. Last year was a weird year, right? Like we can't just look at last year and be like, that's how things are. That's not how things are. Everything was weird. Global pandemic, no training camp. Half the league got injured between week 1 and 2. Games getting pushed to Tuesday, Wednesday, all kinds of weird shit, right? I don't look at last year as normal. So Fitzpatrick, negative. Harris, I don't know what Philly is going to look like. That's going to be an interesting situation. I'm probably going to pass there too. And who was the third one?
Collins.
Landon. Collins. Yeah. Give me Landon. I know he had a down year. I know he's banged up, but I mean, we both remember those Giants seasons. Like, if he can get back to feeling okay and doing what he used to do, good.
And I'm pretty sure he's still fairly young too. I mean, he's only like 24, 25 maybe. Yeah. Come on, folks, cut the guy a break. He's done proved he could do it. I do like Anthony Harris in Philadelphia. I think that he's big enough. I think he's like 6'2", 6'3". And he's got a little bit build to him to where he can play that strong safety for him pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised if they have Kevon Wallace on there somewhere. Mm-hmm. But I'm wondering if they might stick him at free safety. He'd be a hard hitter down there. But either way, who do you think you like Epps?
Oh, I don't know. So here's the thing. Looking at Philly, I haven't owned a Philly safety or started a Philly safety since Quentin Michael and Malcolm Jenkins. That I don't like Philly safeties. Yeah. It's just not.
They have been crap for quite some time.
Yeah.
So. That was a total joke last year with that converted cornerback. Damn it, he's with the Patriots now.
Oh yeah,
Miles.
Yeah, I can't.
His name Miles. Okay. All right. Yeah. I like Fitzpatrick, but definitely have to. I think we're going to see a little bit of a jump this year. That's why I got him where I have him at 15th actually. But I see it more. I think he's going to take a little bit of a jump. He's got a bigger ceiling, possible bigger ceiling in that system at combined tackles. So as long as he can keep making these interceptions and he continues to get better at that, like he has, I think we got one more step out of him. What is it? His third or fourth year? Third.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not in football mode. It's June.
That's cool. I don't hate him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, I don't hate him either. Yeah.
But I'm taking Landon Collins.
Yes.
I've just got to stick with him, man. It's just how it is.
You know where Fitzpatrick will be good is if you got one of those leagues where you got like 3 or 4 safeties or an IDP flex. He's great for like a fourth safety, a third safety, an IDP flex because everyone else.
Hell of a matchup, maybe a good matchup.
Well, you get everyone else is like a consistent combined tackle floor guy, so you're getting those points every week, and you leave him out there as a wild card. And some weeks he screws you and you live, and some weeks he blows up and maybe you win the week. So
I might plug it, believe this or not. Last year, doing my start set charts and that formula crap that I do to get that done,
yeah,
I actually relied on him. He had a couple of good games. Don't remember when the stretch was. And I've been watching him, I'd advise him to sit or whatever. But I was watching him. He's been consistent via the matchups. If he's got a good matchup, he's probably going to come off with one of those turnovers. I did sneak him in over a strong safety or something along that lines that I did not want to play because of the matchup. You know what I mean? Can't remember when, what, but I remember intensively putting him in there, and he hit on the matchup. And then I continued to watch, and I didn't play him anymore. But if the matchup was favorable, he still managed. It was weird, totally weird. So I hope to see him make a step. If not, he's going to be falling down way down the board because he's just it's now or never.
Yeah, he did. He was far more consistent last year, but I look at the big picture, not just 1 year. And big picture, he's not consistent at all. So
nope, not at all. All right, your turn, man. I guess.
Okay, I got something for you. All right, so let's just go at it like this: defensive tackle Aaron Donald is gone, and Buckner's gone. You can have anyone else, interior defensive lineman. Who are you taking? Anyone else?
I want to say Grady Jarrett so bad.
I
do. I gotta think here, man. Let me think about that.
Because there is no like solid three, right? It's like it's 80, it's Buckner. Those are the
I like Leonard, right? I like Leonard Williams. I mean, he really,
he showed something last year. He showed something.
Yeah, I'd be torn between if the young kid up there in New York wasn't all busted up, but he's got a busted foot right now. So, but he still has not shown. He'd come in third. I don't know where I got them.
Yeah, no,
he'd be lower down.
He took a step forward for sure. Quentin Williams last year.
I don't know. I might go Leonard Williams, man, for that upside because, I mean, they were playing good together last year. I know they've lost one of them that was starting next to him or something, but they got another young replacement. I think his job.
Tom Wilson's gone. Yeah.
When you look at Grady Jarrett, that's why he didn't have a good year last year, man. They know he's the guy to stop on that defensive line. So I was a little bit disappointed. Now, hopefully he can bounce back this year. I like him a lot. I think he's definitely that talent if they can get somebody next to him.
Yeah.
Atlanta's got a long ways to go. How about you? So you're sticking with?
I don't know, man. I haven't thought about it. That's a good question because in years past, it used to be Chris Jones or Cameron Hayward were like the automatic number 3 DT. But with Quinnen stepping forward, with Leonard Williams stepping forward, and with Jeffrey Simmons stepping forward, it's like, shit, I don't know. It depends what it is.
I'm glad you brought Simmons up because he's not hit his ceiling yet.
No, he's still coming.
They put Dupree down there. Finally got some other edge rusher down. I don't think people give Dupree enough credit. And that defensive line might not be Pittsburgh's defensive line, but it's not a shabby defensive line. They got some, I like Haltree down there, a good old veteran. I mean, he's been used sparingly. He's still got some wheels left. I think he's 30 or something. Yep. All right. So who'd you pick?
I'm going to go Simmons. I'm going Jeffrey Simmons.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. That was silly of me to leave him out of that conversation. And he'd be playing defensive end interior. So, you know what I mean? A little bit. I mean, it's a little bit more appealing. It doesn't matter. It's still the player.
It is. That is appealing. Like they did that with Chris Jones, too. They said Chris Jones this year is going to play a lot more end, but he's still listed as a D tackle everywhere. Sign me up for that.
If Harold Landry can't do any better than what he has next to Simmons, then they need to put Dupree over there and see what he can do. Just let him play the opposite side. Put Simmons and put Simmons and Dupree on the same side. Yeah. Put them two rushing off that edge, see what happens. I think it might be. I like Landry too, Harold Landry, but he just hasn't. He can't get the sacks, to get him up there in that top tier. So,
right.
Let's see, depending on the format. So it's my turn, huh?
Yep.
All right. Let me think of this. Yeah, see, just let everybody know when it comes into the season, we'll probably be doing this kind of same format for episodes of the program, and doing it maybe with start set or trade ideas, scenarios, whatever. But for now, I can't really. I guess we could talk about that. I don't know. Nah, it'd be boring. Just stick with the players.
I like this is good.
Yeah. All right, so pick a format. Well, what's your starters? 3, 2.
Okay. What position?
We'll go edge rusher.
Edge rusher. Okay. So
Which,
we'll say,
folks, if we're talking about edge rusher, we're talking about the outside linebackers in the 3-4 or the 4-3 defensive ends. Just to make sure everybody knew that. Not everybody knows.
Well, let's pretend like this is ESPN or Fantrax or something that actually has edge rusher, so that these guys are worth something. Because if they're a linebacker like in Yahoo, I'm not putting a linebacker in or an edge rusher in my linebacker spot. Like that's fucking crazy. Sorry, that's crazy. Like you're praying for a sack or a strip fumble or something for points every week when you've got a million other guys that get tackles and get points all the time. That's the dumbest thing ever. Like, why wouldn't you just do that? So let's pretend like it's ESPN or something where this actually matters.
All right.
You're picking them, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to think if this is going to actually. Let me give you a harder one. So they had a run on these guys. Or this is a 16-team league or whatever. You might be down here anyways looking. I don't know.
Okay.
But Brian Burns, Montel Sweat, or Romeo Okwara.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. That's easily Burns for me. Sweat's really good too. And that, oh man, that's tougher, but I'm still going Burns just because one of my co-hosts, Sean, talked about him a lot before he got drafted, and I didn't see it, but then I've seen it, right? Like he's really coming on. He's getting better year after year. Like the sky's the limit. Like they've done a lot of other work in Carolina there too on that line. So I think Burns is due, and he had a really nice year last year. I'd be happy with Burns or Sweat for sure. Okwara had a nice year in Detroit, assuming this is the one that played, not the brother. The brother was Julian, I think, right?
Yeah,
and he did not play. Right. Okay.
No, he was a rookie last year. I think he was a later round. I think he was like a 4th round, 5th round or something.
Yeah, Romeo had a nice year, but I don't trust anything in Detroit. Literally nothing, especially on the IDP side. Remember what they did to Tracy Walker?
Yeah, right. Yeah, hey, hopefully he can bounce back this year, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
Might actually get to see some Will Harris too. Let them fall on their sword, man. Put them out on the field. I don't think they have a choice, and they didn't really add any safeties. Matter of fact, they liquidated. But I don't know.
You can't trust anything out of Detroit. It's one of those three cursed defense.
I like if they do with him what they say they're going to do in that new scheme up there. I like him to come up, but I got to admit, I mean that's if he's a full-time player at this kind of a Jamie Collins old school type rusher standing a lot. I'd have to go with probably the higher upside would be Burns, just for the fact of I don't think he's hit his ceiling. And Montez Sweet, he could probably start for another team at the weak side, but you got Chase Young here. You're not going to replace that second overall pick. So, I mean, someday he's going to get paid. Probably could be like Dupree and take off somewhere. But he's hit his ceiling. I mean, he might get another sack or two or something, but I think Burns definitely has and they're putting a nice defense together there.
Oh, yeah.
They're actually, don't forget they had a first-round rookie last year at defensive tackle. So yeah, so
Yeah.
they get the
Yep.
two ends. They're both young, coming up.
Right.
Should be all right. Add Hussein Reddick to that. Yeah, opens up other stuff for him. But yeah, got to go with Burns.
Yep.
Got to go with Burns. All
I'm
right,
with
man.
you. Yep. Love it. And just, I mean, you know this, but yes, Matt Patricia's gone. The things could change. We'll see. But
Yeah.
the Lions defense, the Dolphins defense, the Patriots defense are cursed. You do not want IDP players on any of those defenses.
Unfortunately, Brandon Jones of Miami, that second year safety, he's a deep breakout call of mine. But I get it. I get it. That's why I like him, actually, is because of the shape of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jeremy Baker's done. I don't think I keep saying it. You got to get him on the
he's
trade block,
yeah.
quit drafting him.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really feel that he was being phased out last year until Roberts got hurt. You got Roberts coming back, got McKinley. Sell him. If you can find a buyer, you'll find another linebacker. We'll find you, me or John. Just ask us. Hit us up in a DM. We'll get you another linebacker of that caliber.
But besides corner, it is the easiest position to replace.
Yeah, there's so many of them now. And you know how it's kind of flush now, because it used to be, I don't know if people understand this, but probably 10, 15 years ago, linebackers, you'd have two starters always getting almost 100% of the snaps on every unit. And now basically we have a third of that, so instead of there being 64 of them, there's really only probably about 20 or 25 that play 100% of the snaps that are relevant. And that sound about right? I think in the back of my head.
Well, that's true. The upper tier has shrunk, but overall, there's still a ton of linebackers available each year. Plus,
that's why I think there's more. Right.
Yeah, and the injury rate is the highest it's been since 2015, and it's the highest it's ever been in the history of the NFL last year. And it's people get hurt, people get demoted all the time at linebacker. It's the running back of the defense, and it's very easy to replace.
Yep. Agree. Yep.
All right, let me.
Was it your turn?
Yeah. Right. I got one for you. All right, so what do you want? You want a linebacker or a safety?
Give me safety.
Safety. Okay.
I like safeties. I have a lot of luck finding safeties, strong safeties.
This is true.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got.
You ain't gonna believe us, but Eddie Jackson was one. You love Eddie Jackson. Do you know that he was actually a breakout call of mine the year he first? No shit. But I never become a fan. I can't remember. He might have been that year that didn't work out.
well, no. Overall stats, you were probably right. He technically did break out. It's just like weeks 1 and 2, he blows up. He disappears for a month and a half. He comes back. He blows up. He disappears. Like that's.
He just blew up enough, like a flat tire. What you got for me?
All right. Yep. All right. So you're grabbing your your safety 1 or 2 here. It's right on the border. So this is the end of tier 1. You've got Malcolm Jenkins, Jesse Bates, Jabril Peppers available. Who are you taking?
Oh man, I've not liked Peppers for a couple of years now. I really think if McKinley would have played last year for the whole year and started out, that we wouldn't be having this conversation about it. But I got to give him his dues. He's outdid me.
And they loaded the hell up on the secondary too in the offseason. Like there's a million good players in that secondary. Yeah, I'm not on it with Peppers.
Yeah. I think hits is his last year of the contract. I don't think he'll be a Giant next year. Of course, I keep preaching this stuff because I thought he was going to be replaced last year. And the year before, I was actually telling people I'm not buying him and you ought to sell him. So, but then by default, he had a good season. He did get a little bit better, but people don't realize how bad that guy actually grades out on the field in coverage. Some missed tackles. He did clean up some missed tackles last year. Yeah. All right. So anyways, not him.
Yeah. So Jenkins or Bates, Malcolm Jenkins or Jesse Bates?
I got to go with all the upside Bates has got, redraft or, I think that might be I don't know. What would you do?
Jesse Bates, 100%.
All right. Even redraft.
Yeah, anywhere. So
The reason I say that is Jenkins is a lot older.
yeah, well, yeah,
Right.
Jenkins
Right.
was
Let's make sure.
He's Philly and now the Saints. He's always been good though. He's always been good. So if it's redraft, I'm probably happy with either. But Bates definitely has the higher upside. I saw a great quote on Bates the other day from I think it was the defensive coordinator. I don't know. It was someone on the Bengals said Jesse Bates is like a firefighter. He runs around putting out fires on third down, game after game after game. Like that's just all he does. It's so true. Like he's incredible.
And it's going to be, and they're going to continue to do that because of the state of the defense in Cincinnati.
Right.
That's what they do. I mean, Bates is the best IDP and probably the best player on there. I mean, at this point, we don't know about any linebackers. I like Sam Hubbard, but he has to go number 2 to Bates.
Right. And
on that squad.
They still don't have really any linebackers, so it's Bates and Von Bell that clean up everything. They get all the tackles. You're talking 100 tackles combined a piece for those guys, like easy.
I got a question for you. What happened to Sean Williams?
Oh man, Von Bell happened.
Like a freight train, right?
Yeah.
Dude didn't even he didn't even get any third safety play.
He played special teams. He played some special. I remember that.
And I don't even think those was very high snap counts on there either. Like,
and what's funny is you and me saw people drafting him like he was going to continue to be the starter after they got Von Bell multiple times last year. And every time I'm like, Jesus Christ, people, what are you doing?
I did expect, right. Well, I never dreamed they'd do that. So I actually was down lower on Bell, thinking they was going to let Sean do something.
Yeah, something.
I mean, he done did it for 2 years straight,
Sure.
And then Bates came in, and him and Bates both had a nice year. Bates really, last time they played together, which would have been Bates' rookie season. Right. So he was like gone. You don't hear his name now either. I don't know what happened. He pissed somebody off. Yeah. Something happened. But anyways, all right. So that was a good one. I mean, Bates. Let's stay in the safeties.
Okay.
All right. So you needed 3 DBs.
Yep.
You're looking at your third one. How about Willis? Carell Willis?
Oh, yeah. Kari. Yep.
Or Kari Willis. Looks like an L. Hey, I got bifocals on. It's dark in here, folks. I can't pronounce stuff anyways. So, it is what it is. Okay. So anyways, we're going to talk about Willis, Terrell Edmonds, and Rashawn Jenkins.
Oh, Christ. You gave me some poop right there. Jesus Christ. It's definitely
third starter, right?
Yeah, it's definitely Edmonds or Willis. Probably Willis just for the upside. Although Edmonds has upside too. We still haven't seen completely what he's capable of yet too. And he's reliable.
I don't understand.
He'll get you 5 tackles a game. Like, it's
I don't understand why he hadn't took it a step yet. That's the only thing I'm confused about. Right. Because I have these guys all there together. So it's all the respect for, but man, we got to get a step out of them.
Yeah, and Rashawn is part of that Chargers safety core that's just, good Christ, what a mess. What a mess. No,
he got traded. He got traded.
Or where's he at now?
No. He traded with pardon me, folks. He signed with the Jaguars.
I got Gary swearing now, and we're all butchering names. All right, Rashawn Jenkins.
Right. The free safety.
He's with the Jags.
He's with the Jaguars. Okay. He actually signed it was like an $8 million a year contract.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well,
that's something like that. It was he is starting. I think it's going to be at the strong safety position.
Okay. So
I don't see them benching Jared Wilson. And if you look at,
and Andrew Wingard's nothing special, and they don't have much else there. Yeah. Man, that might change it. I don't know. I just remember it. I just remember him on the Chargers, though, and it's like, there's nothing special. I'd probably go Kari Willis and just live with it if I was wrong.
Yeah.
Yep. You can find guys at safety too. Donovan Wilson, Cameron.
I'm going to swing for the fence then and go with Jenkins, knowing that I can get all right, a little bit of depth. I'll go pick up. I'm on a roll, dude. How about this one? Tracy Walker, Amani Hooker, or damn, I don't like this one. Ronnie Harrison. I spread this one out a little bit because you know how it goes when you're getting these guys. I'm making this tough. This is like an 18-team league.
So Ronnie Harrison is he over in Cleveland still?
Yeah, he's their starting strong safety.
And they've got Delpit.
Don't be fooled.
And they've got John Johnson too.
Right. Who's
not playing?
The second-year guy, Grant.
Oh, Delpit.
A lot of people loving on him.
Yeah, someone's going to lose out there. It's not John Johnson. They just paid big money and brought him.
No, it will. I really think they brought him in. And they traded for Ronnie Harrison last year. He done went in. He played well. He had no problem. He actually performed well. He did good for IDP. Not great. The names there. He kicked the former first rounder, Joseph or whatever. He started. Joseph started out like the first game, and they benched him.
I remember that.
Yeah, but either way, I mean, you know, that's just a mindset. So that's why they're kind of at the end of my 32. But still, we don't know about Tracy Walker. What do you think?
Yeah, that's probably where I'd go, but I wouldn't recommend people do that. I can do that because I've been doing this for like 2 decades, and if I get it wrong, I'll just find someone else. It's not a big deal. Right. I have to write 17,000 words of this shit every week, so it means I'm dialed in. I know who to pick up, right? You know, so I'll be fine. That your average IDP player, no, go with who you think's going to be solid out of those 3, and. I don't even know who's going to be solid out of those 3, to be honest with you.
It probably would be preferable if you were starting 4 DB.
Yeah, that'd be a good DB4 scenario.
Right. Yeah. Depending. But I like Amani Hooker, whatever his name is.
Yeah. I don't know. He never really wowed me. But so a lot of people are back on the Tracy Walker train now with the new administration, and you know. He shined previously. We'll see. I don't know.
I would probably take Walker for the fact that we've already seen him do what he did. This defense of Detroit is not. I mean, it's okay. Not really, folks. Detroit's defense sucks.
It's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, it's just not that. They got a lot of work to do, and this year will probably be a good year to throw Tracy Walker out there and just let him feed because you know it's just probably how it's going to work. They don't have any other options, really. Yeah,
you sold me. I'd go Walker just because if we get that old position, that old production, we're home run, slam dunk. And if we're wrong, whatever, we'll figure it out. Yeah,
Ronnie Harrison, he does. I have him a little bit higher, than Tracy Walker, but Tracy's been. I don't do these every week, folks, or every day. There's no way I rank more than like 3 or 4 times a year. So these are about a month old. So it's just, it's not. I don't adjust that much at all. So you go ahead, man. You got the next one.
Yeah. Okay.
We talked that one to death.
Yeah. You don't want any corners, do you? I know you're not a corners guy.
No, there ain't no corners in those rankings.
I know.
Back up.
But you know me. I love my corners. I could give you 3 off the old brain box here. That's fine. That's fine. I got something for you. How about your LB3? Chris Barnes, Bobby Okereke, or Jordan Brooks. All 3 have questions. Who do you think is going to be the answer?
Barnes, or who?
Jordan Brooks, the Seattle guy that everyone thinks is going to be the Seattle guy, but he also got his shot last year, didn't do anything with it, and they rotated about 1 million people through that third linebacker position last year.
Well, I think I'm going to go with Bobby. I think I'm just going to really play it like in the home safe.
Yeah,
with that one. I like Barnes, but
I think Barnes could be, if he gets that full job, he could be excellent. But we don't know. And the same thing with Brooks. Like people think Brooks is going to be the guy. I don't know. Who the hell knows, right? We know Bobby Okereke is the linebacker right behind Leonard there. in production, playing time, all of it.
Yeah.
We've seen it. It happens. It exists. It's real.
Yeah. Let me check, make sure, man. Yeah, you bored yet?
No.
Sweet.
No.
You what are you gonna do after this?
Somewhat fired up, so we can keep going.
What are you gonna do with it? What are you gonna do after this?
Oh, I know a guy that knows a guy. I got a PlayStation 5 last week, so that's what I'm doing after this. Yeah.
Football? No.
No, Mass Effect, actually. Great game.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
My son might be up here playing it right now, but I've never heard of it. All right, I'll be right back then, man. Folks, I'm going to step away for 30 seconds just to fill my coffee cup because I'm usually in bed about now.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Yep.
All right. Can you believe that we're going to be back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m.?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's cool. Look forward to it, actually. I'm enjoying myself. I'm just usually a morning person. So I'm going to drink coffee and go to bed here in about 2 hours.
Yeah, it doesn't affect me like that either.
Yeah. Appreciate you if you hung around or came back, whatever. I was gone 30 seconds here. Get some coffee. All right, so is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
All right. Looking for hopefully your second starting defensive tackle.
Oh, nice.
Okay. All right. You're looking at Vita Vea,
yep.
Payne, or Hayward. This is interior defensive lineman. Sorry.
Cameron Hayward?
Yep.
Yeah. Give me Cameron Hayward. If it's Dynasty, different story. Then I'm probably going Vita Vea. How old would you say, Jonathan Allen, the third one? How old is he? He's been
Darren Payne.
Oh, Daron Payne.
Payne.
Yeah, gotcha. Yep. Yeah, if it's Dynasty, it's different, but whatever. If it's win now, redraft, the majority of the time I'm taking Cameron Hayward because if you look at his numbers as a defensive tackle, he'll give you the same thing every year, and he has for the past decade. He is as reliable as the Northern Star. Like he's always there. Love the guy. Yeah, Cam Hayward.
Yeah, if it's a redraft, I'm going with Cam. Just Via Vita or Vita Vea or whatever has not been able to stay on the field. So he didn't again last year. I mean, he flashed. Darren Payne. I mean, I love the situation he's in, but I can't take him. Maybe in a dynasty. I might risk it there. Just to get that upside. That's the players that I'm looking at. I don't know. Cameron Hayward is not all that old, but I don't know.
I feel like maybe. I feel like I've had him on teams for years and years and years. Maybe
he's only his second or third year.
Cameron Hayward?
Mm-hmm.
No.
My bad. I thought he was looking at Payne. My bad.
Oh yeah.
No. Hayward's what, 27 or something?
32. Holy shit, 32. He's an old fart. Jesus.
Yeah, Tuitt's only 26, 27. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes
sense.
I
like Tuitt. I mean, he really come on last year. What's it going to be able to do without how do you think that Highsmith is going to perform there in place of Dupree? Think we're going to get as much out of him as we got with Dupree?
No. Yeah. Everyone was hyping the shit out of that guy when Dupree got hurt last year, and he did nothing. He came in and gave us nothing.
Yeah.
He gave us hypothetical.
If he broke out,
stat,
I wouldn't
that's what
break
he
my
did.
heart. It would be on somebody else's roster.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. Good luck with that. I'm all right.
He's never going to replace TJ Watt. So TJ Watt's going to. That's probably going to be known as T. You know how generations go by.
Mhm.
I got to, if TJ Watt can stay healthy until he's in his 30s, it's going to just be is like the Troy Polamalu, the type thing, There for a few years, it was just his team. It's already his team. Bush, I'm not a big fan of Devin Bush, man. Have you noticed? Did you notice where I had him in my rankings? I'm just curious.
It's got to be way down there. Yeah, I mean, it's been nothing but questions with him, right? Like, so his rookie year, he didn't
21st.
Didn't even play enough to really do what we needed him to do until like almost the end of the year, and then he was gone an entire year. Yeah, a lot of questions.
No. You got one. Wait a minute. Did you ask the last one, or did I? No, I did. Right?
Yeah, no, you did the last one.
Right.
Okay, I got one for you.
Just tell me when you're ready to fly, man. We can end this anytime. It's almost an hour, but I don't care. I enjoy it, John. People, you got to follow John. John is a brilliant IDP mind as far as it concerned, a brilliancy of the ones that are out there. The other people that you could be following. Everybody out there that I know a few of you, this man is probably smarter than you at IDP. And I love your takes just as much as I love any takes of anybody. I'm not saying but man, you guys should follow him. Just don't piss him off in season by ragging on his stuff, man. He's got good stuff. I don't know what it is, John. You get this damn luck that you get these people that just, oh my God, I started one person or even two people that you told me I should have a good matchup, and they didn't perform, and it's my fault.
Yep. Like the Najee,
not the fantasy gods.
Yeah, no, I because I sit in on Jags linebackers team meetings. That's what I do instead of working 50 hours a week, 55 hours a week. I go to Jags linebackers meetings, and they told me that Quincy Williams was getting the start that week, but I intentionally told everyone in my article it was Najee good just to fuck them over. That's what I did. Yeah.
Sounds like you, man.
Yeah, really. Unbelievable. Thank you. Right. I appreciate the shout out. Okay. Let's go with.
Wait a minute. You didn't tell them your handle. You don't even have it up there, man. Why don't you have your handle up there, dude?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been on.
Well, you don't like doing that kind of stuff?
No, I haven't been on StreamYard in since February, I think. Like, yeah.
I'm just that.
I
Orange Man
3142. Thank you. Yeah.
I don't want to 2124 something.
There you go. I go with the flow, man. Like I've got many more hobbies besides this. Right now, it's June. I won't even start thinking about this stuff until August.
Right.
Okay, here we go. So linebacker 2. Okay. Shaq Thompson, Jayon Brown, or Alexander Johnson.
Oh man, I don't trust Alexander Johnson. We've talked about him on a couple of previous shows. I'm scared he can't keep his job.
Yeah, he's a warm body. Yeah. I love Jayon Brown.
I think I'd probably.
It's Shaq Thompson. I would say.
Yeah, he's just he's consistent. He's not hurt. He's Jayon Brown might have a little bit more upside on his ceiling if he could stay and play the whole season, but
that's his problem. Yeah.
Right. And it balances out pretty. You're consistent. Good source is going to be Thompson. Alexander, you can't trust. He might not be the starter by the third week if he's lucky enough to start the first of the year. Yeah. I think let's see, Baron Brown. Yeah, Baron Brown, Ohio State guy. They drafted him.
Oh yeah.
He's sending somebody to the bench. And I think they got Snared or something like that. It's like a second-year guy. He got hurt last year, and I think that he's back healthy. STA.
Is Josie Jewell still there?
ARD, something like that.
I don't even know.
Folks, I'll look it up. So,
yeah.
All right. And then it's my turn.
Yeah. Go for it. So,
All right.
Broncos.
I still got to look. I got to look. Because I will actually have, folks have been watching this whole situation. So, and I know some other people might be too, but I just want to make sure that we get this name out there in the air. Can I write this dude's name down?
Justin Sternad.
Second year guy,
Jesus
right?
Christ, what a name. Yep.
If he wouldn't have got hurt last year, I think he would have had his chance to start. So keep those two in mind. I think Joel and Johnson might make it. Johnson might survive. I don't know. Who knows? I guess Joel could too, but I like the rookie to get a shot. I was laughing, so I think that they've pretty well said that rookie Barron or whatever would be starting at the inside linebacker, which would be the weak side or middle linebacker the weak inside linebacker or such. But either way, he's not going to be playing with Chubb and Von Miller. There was a little misconception about that right after he got drafted. He said somebody couldn't wait to work with Von Miller and Bradley Chubb. And I was laughing.
Not like that.
Because people, people like, what's that about? What's going to be? No, he's not going to be on the outside. He was like, he's going to say, I can't wait to work with Josie Jewell and Alexander Johnson because I'm going to try to take their jobs.
Yeah, right.
This is rude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. All right. Let's see. Oh, my turn, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's go to safety. Let me find him. Hell, we're going to go ahead and shoot at the top here, but we're going to, assuming Buda Baker's off the board, your first safety pick for whatever reason, whatever format, with Buda Baker off here, you got Jamal Adams, Jeremy Chin, or let's go Justin Simmons.
God. Okay. It's got to be Jamal Adams just because of the sack upside and he'll still get his tackles. But man, I love Justin Simmons quite a bit. And Shin, is dual designated in a few places. And that's so huge. That's such a cheat code. So I'd have trouble turning both of them down, but you got to go Adams, even though he's made of glass. He's a whiny little baby. And, he gets all his points from sacks and yeah.
I got to be honest, man. I mean, I like Jamal Adams just as much as you do. But if I'm going to split that hair between those two, I am going Justin Simmons because the hair would be the players around him. And I think Justin Simmons has a better situation going on there. I think he'll also play the entire season.
Yes, Simmons has not missed a snap in 3 years.
Right.
Not a lot of people know that. He has not missed a single snap in 3 years. Yeah. That's wild.
Yep. I like Jeremy Chin a lot. At the time that I made these rankings, I was figuring, I figured he'd be playing linebacker this year and be actually designated. They had him on the website like that as a linebacker. But either way, that he's going to go back to safety, which is all cool. I mean, it's really splitting hairs right there, but I wouldn't be heartbroken to drop him down to about the fifth spot and move Poyer and Justin Simmons up.
Well, they're doing a lot of that stuff. It looks like the Cowboys are going to do that too with Keanu Neal. Like they're calling Keanu Neal linebacker. It's yes. So it's another way of getting a safety type person out there more often, I feel like, right? Because this is a passing league and you'd rather have someone that's safety sized and has safety coverage skills rather than a Leighton Vander Esch who's just going to get smoked by everyone. Like,
yeah. And it was destiny, folks, that this would end up being this way, that this would be a transformation that we've been seeing for a few years. Like I mentioned, there's earlier in the program, there's less full-time linebackers, and it's not that those snaps just disappeared. It's just those snaps that's why you can find, like John's talking about, you can find so many better and usable guys in linebacker on the waiver wire because they spread out those snaps amongst more guys because they're just role players or putting in the safeties or something.
Situational. Yeah. There's a lot of situational stuff going on.
And that started years ago. That transformed fantasy football years ago when they started handcuffing the defense. Don't touch them.
Right.
Don't get your dirty hands off of them,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Throwing the flags all the damn time. They've done better. But if you ever watch a ball game back in the 80s, right?
Yes. Yeah. So exactly.
Well, you ain't catching that ball, man.
Right. When I first started playing, like early 2000s, I actually did the opposite of what I do now. I would draft linebackers first because they were the point getters. Because it was a lot more run and play defense. Those guys played. There were a lot of them that played every single snap, never left for passing downs. Were always there, always involved. Like they were the breadwinners. Now, why the hell would I do that when I can shore up a position of scarcity on the defensive line and go get Alex Singleton?
Yeah, they even. I mean, to increase the pass. Or of course, by right is for health, but this was another thing when they started telling guys that they couldn't hit below the knee, hit them in the knee, couldn't do all this stuff to the quarterback.
Yeah.
And by right, the guy's making, 30 million, 50 million, 60 million, whatever a year, whatever it is. You don't want your guy to get hurt. So that rule was smart. Don't get me wrong, but that also handcuffed because just think those guys would go so much full. They pull off a lot. You might not see it, but those guys pull off of the rush. If that quarterback, if he's not going to be able to get to him, he's just, you know what I mean? He just doesn't do what he normally would do. If you opened it up and made it open season on the quarterback again to where you can, get after him and not get yourself penalized, then it would have been tougher for him in a passing situation. Now they actually, believe it or not, get a little bit more time. They're transformed too with the shotgun coming into the NFL a hell of a lot more, because you're passing so much, I believe a lot of the quarterbacks in the 80s, 70s, whatever, they were under center a hell of a lot more. You didn't have your shotgun guys until somewhere in the 80s, I think. You might have like one play where they called it a shotgun, but just not consistently playing it, I don't think, like they do nowadays.
Yeah, so, it's all changed. And to be perfectly frank with you, I used to be so concerned with having the best IDP defense, like in all my leagues. That's the last thing on my mind now. I make sure my offense is tip top, and I'll work with what I can on defense because that's where the points are scored these days. Time of possession's up, points per game is up, offense is up across the board. The defense just is not as important anymore. That's the truth.
Yep. But it's still fun to play.
It is. It is. And we'll always be doing our thing. But the game.
Hey, who knows? Like we said earlier, talking about underdog. Maybe we'll be looking at the DFS side of this IDP stuff in no time.
Yeah. All right. Let me give you one more, and then we'll call it here.
All right. Sounds like a good one.
So I got a good one for you because it's not current guys. It's old IDPs that we used to really like a lot.
Sweet. Bonus round.
Yeah, bonus round. Right. Okay, so you get one of these like Mount Rushmore IDP linebackers for your team. Ray Lewis, Patrick Willis, or Luke Kuechly. Prime Luke Kuechly. All prime for all these guys. Who you taking and why?
Prime. Damn.
Yep. And it's funny because these guys are 3 of the 5 in the last 29 years that have led the league in combined tackles more than once. It does not happen that often. These are 3 of them right here.
Well, I got to go. Oh man, this is tough. I think Kuechly could still be doing it, so I'm going to go him, man.
It's tough. It's tough not to say Luke. I know. Oh God. Yeah. This is really hard because Patrick Will. They were all such monsters. They're on the Mount Rushmore of IDP. Like, Overall involvement, I'm gonna go Ray Lewis, just
All right.
because you always and it's the same for all these guys, but it was more so with Ray. I feel like is you always got that production that you could count on, the combined tackles, the couple pass defense, tackle for loss, whatever.
He was the original Bobby Wagner.
Right, but then you always got that crazy ass play every once in a while too from him, like a pick six or a sack or whatever. Like I don't know. Ray Lewis was a monster, but
yes,
all these guys were. So you're nitpicking with any of these.
Right. That was a good one to end on. I liked how you did that, man. We'll have to. I'll write that down too. Maybe we'll do something like that at the end of these things. Well, John, again, I really appreciate you coming on, and I'm going to see you in the morning at 9 o'clock. I need to think about what I'm going to tell you people because we're going to get off here. Please subscribe. I know this is a long show. Nobody's hanging out this late or whatever, but I'm going to say it anyways. Please subscribe, comment, like, whatever. If you've noticed, we underneath the us on the screen there, you know, we've been running a contest for draft guides to subscribe. You get it put in a pool, blah, blah, blah. It's late. John, I really appreciate you joining me. And, you know, I can't wait to do this again in the morning. Now, we just need to make sure that we don't, you know, kind of cover the same guys. But it should be easy enough, right? Just mix in.
Yeah, just three. Yeah, we got it.
All right. Yeah. All right. So I'll be posting the link in the morning, man, about 8:20 or 22 or something.
Yep.
And for the rest of you folks, catch us tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. I know that's crazy, but we do it, and we do it on Tuesday mornings. So check us out, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. Yes.